Yep.
Okay, you want to start?
Yeah,
Are you
let's do it.
ready?
Okay, so what are we talking about now? I'm joking.
We're going to talk about fall equinox
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
Welcome to today's yoga question. We are joined by the lovely Smith Jamison. Hello.
Hi. So nice to see you again. Where has 3 months gone?
I know. I've just received your fantastic fall newsletter, and that's what triggered this conversation. I'm going to put that link below in the YouTube video. I want to talk to you about the seasonal transition. We're about to, as we're filming this, it's about to be the fall equinox, which in the Northern Hemisphere is the transition from summer into fall. And we're about to, I just also read recently that this is the tipping point. We're exactly balanced between those seasons. And as we move into fall towards winter, I like the idea of cultivating balance. That seems like a very Ayurvedic idea. So from your perspective, what are the things that we can do to nourish ourselves, to find balance in this season?
Okay. Well, thank you.
Big question.
Big question. But, you feel it. We've had a very turbulent period of weather here with a lot of wind, and the leaves in the trees are just swirling. So you see it visually, and we get the same cues within our bodies. As summer passes, everything dries up, and the leaves start to fall. The word fall, we say autumn over here, but fall comes from the Old English fallen, to die or to fall. So it's very much in keeping with that sort of coming to a conclusion of this season. And many cultures, as you know, Jewish and Hindu, celebrate their New Year's around this time of year. So with that in mind, the colder temperatures, the dryness, the lightness, the mobility that all comes with fall or autumn is very much associated with Vata dosha from an Ayurvedic point of view. So what do we try to do to balance that dosha, which when we let it get a little bit out of control, this time of year we can feel really sometimes destabilized, especially people who have more Vata or Pitta constitutions. We're getting into new routines with children at school, all that sort of stuff. So it can be a little bit like, whoa. So I would say the two main things from your dinacharya, from your daily routine point of view within the broader seasonal routine, the ridacharya. The first one is, trying to keep a good routine in place, okay? Trying to, not only that, trying to, whatever it is you're doing, to infuse presence in those activities, whatever they are, particularly when we eat. As you know, Ayurveda puts great emphasis on our agni, our digestion. So it can get a little bit irregular, a little bit disrupted this time of year. So having good routine, kind of discipline when we eat, even with our practices, yoga practice, meditation practice, good to try and keep it at the same time every day and to keep it consistent. So at this busier time of year, I say to my students and clients, better to do 5 minutes of shavasana or meditation every day at the same time, rather than, oh goodness, I only have time to do it for an hour on a Friday or something.
Right.
Just give yourself those little kind of things to help you check in, just to keep that grounding. Vata is the dosha of space and air. So it lacks the heat of fire, and it lacks the nourishment of water and the grounding of earth. So we tend to look to those other elements to keep us balanced with that excess Vata dosha in mind. The other thing that is really good from a morning ritual point of view is self-massage, or have massage administered. But to make it a routine again, just get a little pot of oil. Sesame oil is the one that's indicated for pacifying Vata because it's heavy and warming. And just rub it into the skin, particularly around the joints, long strokes on your limbs, clockwise always round the belly, same on the big Vata point at your sacrum. This area, by the way, large intestine, sacrum, is the main site of Vata. That's where it gathers when it gets imbalanced. So we have to pay particular attention to that. And so if you try and do that, warm the oil, always warm oil, onto the skin before you get in the shower. Have the shower quite hot so the skin can kind of absorb it, and don't rub it all off if you can. It shouldn't stain, but just leave a little bit of a film on your skin, just again to bring down that those Vata feelings, that dryness, the lightness, just to ground that and really bring some moisture and warmth into the skin at this time of year. So those would be the two things that I would really kind of try and focus on above anything else, really. Yeah.
I love that. You know, mom talks about discipline. It's exactly what you're saying. Discipline is about consistency, not about force.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many of us have that imprinted, that discipline means forcing yourself to do your practices even when you don't feel like it. And how we can reframe it and say, no, discipline is getting on the mat, the yoga mat, if that's what you have, or your meditation cushion. Literally, I've had in my life periods where I kind of fall out of love with the practice, and then I just make a deal with myself. I'm going to put on a timer for 10 minutes. And I get on the mat. That's it. And then it's like, I'm going to go have a coffee now. Like, I'm done.
And you feel grounded. I mean, it's a really good point, because Vata, because of its space and airiness, it finds it much easier to move than to sit still. So yeah, you can get pulled into doing more movement type activities, when actually this is the time of year where restorative yoga, and well, for anyone who has a Vata imbalance, postures that are going to be more strengthening but stabilizing, rather than a lot of additional movement. Yeah. So yeah, that's very true.
Well, thank you so much, Kate Smith Jamison. I'm going to put a link below for how people can find you, your website, and to join your newsletter, which is fantastic.
Thanks so much.
Namaste. Bye. Okay, perfect.